welcome back everybody. You're with us here on Sport Federation TV, and of course, as you know, every week we carry on talking about our various sport codes, our sports teams, our coaches, our administrators in the province. You're watching us here on Cape Town TV, DStv channel 263, every week where we talk about sport in the province, of course across the various districts. As you know, recently it was the South African Sport Awards, where a number of the athletes and teams and administrators from the Western Cape were nominated to go and compete at a national level. Now, it wasn't so long ago that we had the Overberg Sport Awards, and one of our federations is, of course, Western Cape Sailing. In studio with me is Diana Halton-Squire. Diana, nice to have you in studio.
Thank you.
So the last time we saw each other was actually at the Overberg Sport Awards, where...
At the Western Cape Sport
At the Western Cape Sport Awards. Right, let me get that picture right. Originally nominated in Overberg.
Correct.
And then coming through the provincial awards, where you were nominated for Western Cape Sailing.
Correct.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the awards were for the Cape Town to St Helena boat race,
Right.
called the Governor's Cup, and it's a one-way race to St Helena, 1,750 nautical miles, and the 2022 edition we won.
Yeah. And this is for the boat. Did the boat get the nomination or the team get the nomination? How does that work in sailing?
Well, it was a team nomination from Overberg,
Right.
and then it went to Western Cape.
Yeah.
And it was for the team Tintin,
Right.
who won the race.
And how many athletes are in a team, in a sailing team like that?
Well, you can choose how many, and I chose 4.
Right.
So
You need 4 people to, what do we call it, steer the boat?
I needed 4 people to manage the boat to get the most out of it.
Right. What does that mean when you say manage the boat? What are the kind of things that you have to think about to be able to be successful in a race like that?
Well, there's a lot of planning to do about the boat, the fitness of the boat, and the team, fitness of the team, and all the spares you need on the boat,
Yeah.
and the food, and all the planning that goes into that. And to manage the boat, our boat, you need to have somebody to drive the boat, and then 3 people to manage the sails and trimming and all the rest of it. And
how do you get around to finding the perfect team?
I think you get to know the people involved and who is available,
Yeah.
and you select your team accordingly.
So the race itself from Cape Town to St Helena Bay, you were telling me that it's 8 days of racing.
Well, we did it in 8 days.
8 days.
Yes.
So this means you're sailing during the day, you're sailing at night, you sleep at night. How do you go about?
It's 24/7.
24/7?
So you have to manage your sleep and your team's sleep by doing watch systems, and we did a nice staggered watch system, so we weren't always on watch with the same person. I always had 2 people on deck, and 2 people were either sleeping or cooking or cleaning or managing the boat.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is, do you have to coordinate eating times and all those things? I mean,
Yes.
that's quite a story, or I mean, or do you all get together at one time and eat?
No, you can't, because
You can't.
somebody's got to steer.
Yeah.
So we didn't use the autopilot. We used ourselves, and we drove the boat ourselves the whole way.
So what are the kind of challenges? I mean, I would imagine that sailing in the middle of the night, where it's not like driving a car where you can put your headlights on. There must be a lot of challenges around making it work in a race like this.
Yes,
Nighttime.
there are. Traditionally, people would probably have fewer sails at night or less sail areas so that the boat isn't being driven as hard. But this was a race, so we didn't downsize at all. We carried our big spinnaker throughout the night, the same as the day, and just manage to sail at night.
Are you very dependent on technology or equipment? I mean, you're not just looking at the stars.
Yes, you are dependent on technology and equipment, but should the technology and equipment not be there, you still have to be able to navigate without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys do in the build-up to it, the preparation? Did you have chance to, how do you practice for this? You know, if we see a rugby team, they're going to the gym, they're on the field.
Mm-hmm.
How does it work in sailing?
Well, you still have to be fit. We did do a night out with the team, just to see if everybody could do what they needed to do at night. But really, it was experienced people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the competition itself, boats from around South Africa, other international visitors?
I think in that race, there actually wasn't anybody international.
Yeah.
But it was because the Rio race was taking place at the same time. So
Right.
a lot of the international people went on the Rio race, and we only had 12 entries for our race,
Right.
which was quite a few, really. Yeah.
So now we're in 2024. Tintin's been on the water for a while. What are you guys up to now?
Well, we're sailing as much as we can,
Yeah.
and there's Lipton Cup coming up, which
Right.
we're going to enter, and then there's the St Helena race at the end of the year again.
You're going to give it another go?
Yes, I've already
Yeah.
entered. So,
The Lipton Cup, that's your next event?
well, the next major event.
Yeah. And where is that taking
That's
place?
in Table Bay.
In Table Bay?
And that's a very traditional cup,
Yes.
interclub cup.
Yeah.
So we will represent Tivatus Kloof in the Overberg.
Right.
And so we have a big connection there, and see how we do.
For people who want to get involved in sailing and do what you guys do, I mean, you've done so amazing. To be flying the flag, certainly for Western Cape, and getting these accolades and being recognized at this national and provincial level. For folks that want to get involved in sailing, what sort of advice would you have?
I would say the first thing to do is probably to either start off in dinghy sailing,
Yeah.
because dinghy sailing is where you actually have the fine skills, and secondly to start sailing on bigger boats as crew.
Okay.
So that's just very good experience.
What would you say along that line are the sort of the challenges that you've got to be aware of?
I think probably the biggest challenge is being seasick.
All right, really?
Yeah. A lot of people get very seasick.
Yeah.
They can't help it. It's they can take pills for it, but they've got to be happy on the sea.
Yeah. So if I want to start sailing, can I come to your club? Is there somebody that will
Yes.
welcome me and teach me the ropes?
Yeah. Yes. Most of the sailing clubs or yacht clubs in the country now have academies
Right.
to teach people
Yes.
who want to sail.
Yeah.
So there's that opportunity. Royal Cape Yacht Club in Cape Town also has Wednesday night sailing, which people are invited to come who know nothing about sailing, and they will get put on a boat and to see if they enjoy it.
Diana, congratulations again on the award.
Thank you.
Amazing stuff. We're so proud of Tintin and the team.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what you guys do at the Lipton Cup. We can't wait to see how you guys perform again if you do the St Helena. Well, you said you've already entered. So yeah, good luck and
Thank you.
and we're very proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Right, there we go, folks. Western Cape Sailing again, making us proud, flying the flag, and congratulations to Diana and her team on their accolades on Tintin, in that amazing race to St Helena Bay. 8 days of racing, and if you think you've got the spirit for 8 days of night and day activity, well, get involved with Western Cape Sailing. There's always somebody there to welcome you. Folks, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll carry on talking about sport in the province. Back in a sec.